What's cracking, Cupcake? Welcome to another video of your favorite shirtless buffoon explaining a little something to you and teaching you something that will hopefully help you transform your life. So today we're talking about a touchy subject, if you will, or a not so touchy subject. Today we're talking about the fact that you shouldn't touch your pee-pee, and for some reason it's developed into this online movement called NoFap. And recently I reached 1,063 days on it. So what is my secret? What is the source? How did I do it? I didn't! Oh, imagine that. I have absolutely no idea how many days it's been. So picture this, okay? I don't masturbate, but I'm not on NoFap. How can that be? Well, you see, I simply stopped doing it. I'm not counting my days, I'm not on NoFap. I just am not a masturbator anymore. You get it? But how did I actually do it so we can help our young little friend who can't control his masturbation? He's asking what he should do now, and he really wants us to help him, so let's give him a little something. Da-da-da-da! Here you go. That's all you have to do. Just stop focusing on it. When you make it a priority in your life, you put it on a pedestal. This ensures that you're always gonna fail because you're like a crackhead, a drug addict going to rehab and getting his 100-day sober chips. It's inevitable that you're gonna slip back up again because it's still a part of your identity. You know what I mean? So you have to use the law of detachment to just stop caring, you know? Just stop masturbating, and however many days goes by and you do it again, just acknowledge, yeah, okay, I slipped up, my bad, back on track. No streak lost, okay? Just back to your old ways, back to good habits. Simply put. I mean, personally, it didn't happen to me because I'm a bit of a unit myself. So when I told myself I'm going to stop, and I stopped. I haven't fallen back off since. So how did I do that? What is my secret? Okay, hold that thought, right? Because I made this presentation yesterday, so I had a slight different idea of how this was going to go. So I might be a bit of a mess, but bear with me, please. So, okay, so you stop focusing on it using the law of detachment. Otherwise, this will happen to you. And over the next few slides, we're going to go through some messages that I've been having with some bros in this Facebook group called NoFap. And I made this post, right? The first post I ever made in the group. It did quite well. And in essence, this video is like the extension of the post. So if you want to have a read of it, check it out. In summary, I basically was telling them that, stop focusing on it. Otherwise, you're going to fail. Stop making it such a priority in your life. So this man right here, he commented, I feel like, yes, you shouldn't focus on it, but you need to get past a certain point for that. And I think 1 year is enough to fully reveal all the powers it can give you. So many problems with that. First things first, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you need to get past a certain point to stop focusing on it? You're never going to reach that point because you're so focused on it. You know what I mean? And fully reveal all the powers. Oh, shut up, bruv. It doesn't give you any special powers, okay? It's just a habit and a vice that you give up to build your self-discipline and to, make you a bit more aggressive. That's it. Nothing magical. And there's no certain time frame that as soon as you stop touching pee-pee, your body goes, okay, Now, from this point onwards, yes, I'm going to count the days, and once it gets to a year, yes, we're going to make him a superhero. Doesn't work like that, does it? Or, prove me wrong, Mr. Dr. Andrew Huberman, if you can. Um, yeah, so where was I going with that? Yeah, okay, get past a certain point for that. 1 year is enough to fully reveal. Yeah. Also, have you forgotten about something called busting in your sleep? Wet dreams, anyone? It's your body telling you that, it wants to release stuff. And that's for a reason, okay? Semen retention is stupid because your body's just going to get rid of it one way or another. But the fact that you're not touching yourself, it just builds you that discipline. You're letting nature take its course. Or, hopefully you've met an amazing woman who you love deeply, and you can, share an amazing life together, and so you release it with her, preferably to make a child together, just like nature intended. So yeah, moving on to another message that I received that was very concerning. So, as you can see, this guy was on a NoFap journey for 8 months, but recently he faced some difficulties. On October 19th, very important, October 19th, he lost some control and briefly browsed some pornographic images for a few seconds before quickly closing the site. However, after 10 days, means yesterday, in a moment of weakness, he decided to look at some pornographic images, but with several times. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't realize how bad this is written. Obviously, he's not English, so I'm not going to roast him for it, but let's just, sorry, give me a moment to dissect it. Okay, yeah, so he fell off again. He decided to look at some porn, but this time for a bit longer. And because of that, he had some sexual fantasies that he's never faced with such intensity. And now he's very overwhelmed by sinful desires that he almost engaged in the shameful act. Guys, NoFap is not a shameful act, We've been doing it for tens of thousands of years. The only reason I don't is to build my discipline. That's it. If I didn't want to operate at 100% efficiency, I'd be fapping, 2-3 times a week in the evening without any porn. Absolutely no problems at all. But yeah, let's get back to this, okay? This is not about me, okay? So yeah, he says he knows his actions were intentional and he feels disappointed and that he's lost some of the progress he made. And he feels regret about it. And he wants to ask me a straightforward question. Is what I did considered a setback? What should I do about this situation? Please bear with my feelings as I feel lost. That's bloody right. He's very, very lost, but not for the reasons that he thinks. Because what he's done here is such a teensy tiny little transgression, and yet he's making such a big deal out of this that it's just destroying his sanity. As you can see, like, unprompted, right? He commented on my post, so obviously I added him as a friend so I could do a bit of outreach and maybe, get him onto my coaching program one day, wink wink, don't tell anyone. But yeah, I didn't even send him any initial message. He just sent me all of this, which just goes to show you how freaking lost these NoFappers are. And if you're one of them, this is you. This is literally you. Do you feel that this is okay? Is this a good way to go about it? And yeah, so he shared his post on NoFap, but it's still pending. He hasn't got any answer from anybody, and he found my post and sees the progress he made. Which means I can just I can imagine how frantic he is, just sitting behind the keyboard. He's searching for answers. He needs to know, which is really, really holding him back, as we'll see in the next slide. So yeah, he's really on a big stress, doesn't know what to do. He's afraid that all he's built fall on nothing. Bro. Bro, all you've built nothing. All you have done is not touch your pee-pee. You know, that's not an accomplishment, my friend. And the fact that you're over fixating on it will mean that you're probably never going to accomplish anything significant while this is still a priority in your life. So, there you go. The proof is in the pudding right there. He literally admits, to be honest, since he started NoFap, he skipped his workout and so many things, but he discovered that his mental is tuned for the best as he can focus and learn whatever he wants so fast. Really? Your mental is fine? Doesn't seem that way based on your messages, my friend. Fucking sort yourself out, man. And yeah, he can focus and learn, right? In theory, but is he actually doing it? Let's take a look at his habit tracker right here. He has a streak, 231 days. Bravo! How significant? Workouts, 0 out of 3. Reading, 0 out of 3. So the actual habit that will tangibly move him forward in his life and have direct, clear improvements are just forgotten about because not touching your pee-pee is so much more important. My goodness, if this doesn't show you just how lost you are, nothing will, and you're just going to be doomed to stay in this cycle of hell forever. Yeah. You see right here, the problem is, after he did NoFap, he felt too lazy to do any activities for 6 months. 6 months! And all you can say in these 6 months is, me no touch pee-pee. It blows the mind. It blows the human mind. How? How have we gotten into this state? Plus, he has trouble sleeping. But after, he felt energetic again. And this month, everything got worse. Imagine that. I wonder why. And so I asked him, why aren't you using that energy? He swear he doesn't know. He feels bad most of the time. He doesn't know what the problem roots are. When I asked him, why do you think this month got worse? He says, I don't know what's the problem roots. Brother, the problem roots is this. This is the problem roots. You understand? You are a slave to NoFap. Just like you used to be a slave to porn and masturbation, now you're a slave to this idiotic cult. Because that's what it is. It's a cult. And you're ruining your life, brother. Because now you're not just a degenerate watching porn, going about his day. Now you're this super fixated, socially autistic person who's doing nothing with his life apart from, focusing on this thing. And it's really, really sad. I literally, after this, there's no evidence, I'm sorry, but after this, I literally was like, bro, please, let's get on a call, because I really want to help you out. Because I need to tell him this, He hasn't seen it, hasn't replied, nothing. So, unfortunately, another one bites the dust. Another fish has slipped out of the net. I can't help him. Unless he watches this video and actually something clicks finally in his brain. But bro, I really hope you get better. So, yeah, essentially, how I actually went about it and, got this result of just stopping touching myself. Despite very frequently getting insane urges. Yeah? First things first, you have to set a North Star, which is a vision, a grand goal that you're working towards every single day that is going to be fed with this practice, This practice is nothing more than sacrificial energy, a contract I'm making, if you will, that I'm going to renounce this very easy pleasure so that I can build discipline, which is going to feed into my substantial goals. You understand? Good. And then the second stage, once you set a North Star, is you have to perform an identity shift. What identity shift, you may ask? We'll get to that. But yeah, here's the North Star. For me, the North Star is God. God guides us. It's so much easier not to touch yourself when you know God is always watching. And even more importantly, it gets you closer to God, which is going to improve every other area of your life. No brainer. And then we have here in the center of the North Star is your goals, like the actual tangible material things in this world that you want to accomplish. So yeah, speaking about the identity shift, yeah, this guy, he made a very insightful comment. You have to identify as a retainer. No, bro. You don't identify as a retainer. You identify as someone who just doesn't touch himself anymore. Because when you identify as a retainer, again, you're putting it as such a high priority that it's gonna ruin your life, just like it did with the messages I showed you, just like it does with so many guys. And bro is asking me, how do I manage my urges? Do I still think about girls and find a lovely one? Well, let's put a pin in the lovely one because I don't want to say anything, but maybe I have found a lovely one with whom I shall spend the rest of the life. But right now, it's still uncertain. Do I still think about girls? Of course, brother. I've gotten so randy. I don't like it. Doesn't steal my focus every single part of every single day, and I'm like, oh, girls, and so I can't get anything done. Like a lot of these dudes probably are. But yeah, I get an urge. I start to like build this, and I picture some stuff, and then what do? I move on. I let the feeling go. I breathe. Maybe I'll pray to God just very briefly. But most importantly, I'm going to use that energy and I'm going to fuel it into actually reaching my goals. Imagine that. When you identify as someone who doesn't masturbate, you have to do something else with your urges. Like I just said, training is great. It's fantastic. Lifting some heavy weights. But even better than that is cardio, because cardio, you really just you get to go balls to the wall, and muscular failure doesn't stop you. Okay, you can literally just keep pumping and pushing and pushing. The only thing that would stop you is you deciding that, oh, I can't do this anymore. I stop. So freaking when the urges overcome you and you haven't yet mastered your ability to regulate your feelings, brother, just go outside and freaking run, get on the ground, just bang out some push-ups, do some burpees, freaking whatever it takes, man. Pray to God, man, pray to God. So yeah, man, that was the video, I guess. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did as well. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be that much else to say on the subject, because once again, it shouldn't be a freaking priority in your life. It should only be a fuel, like something to fuel your fire that burns inside you, that helps you reach your goals. That's it. No amazing 1,000 day benefits. No, 1 year to reach the magical powers. Nothing, man. Just freaking stop touching yourself, and that's it. End of story, lickety split, boom. And here I have a little caption saying, let's talk, because I want to chat to you, my brother. I want to see what you're going through and how I can help, because you might be a very good fit for my coaching program. So we're going to get on a call, and then we're going to chat. I'm going to see if I can help you out. If I can, I'm going to charge you with some, cha-ching, obviously, because my time isn't free. But even if we're not a good fit, and I don't think that you can join my program, or if you can't afford it, I'm still just going to try to help you out however I can, man. And then lickety split. Bing bang boom. The video's done. Have a good day.